But first, we begin with a brutal mass murder that was partly the fault of our inept government in Washington. And that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. As you may have heard, 38-year-old Francisco Oropesa, a Mexican migrant, was apprehended by law enforcement in Texas after allegedly murdering, but he did it, his next door neighbors from Honduras, including an 8-year-old boy. He did that with an AR-15. He was on the lam for 4 days. They have got him. Now, here is the reason I'm tying this into the federal government. There are the victims. Okay, it's just horrifying. So Oropesa was deported 4 times to Mexico, 4 times. And he came back 5 times. Okay, in the process, this has been going on for years, 2009 to today, he was convicted of a felony. All right, driving under the influence, putting people in danger in Montgomery County, Texas. And he was sentenced to jail. Now, you may remember, and this is very, very important, and I'm going to walk you through it, that in July 2015, 8 years ago, 31-year-old Kate Steinle was killed in San Francisco by a migrant who had been deported 5 times, a low-level drug dealer who apparently dropped his gun, illegal gun, went off, killed Kate in the arms of her father. So I proposed a new law called Kate's Law, which would have put an end to this madness. This is 2015, July. Go.
This month, 32-year-old Kate Steinle murdered in San Francisco by a criminal alien who had been deported 5 times. As you may know, we have called for new legislation called Kate's Law, which would mandate any convicted aggravated felon who comes back to the USA after being deported would receive at least 5 years in a federal penitentiary, no wiggle room.
Now, Senators Cruz and Cornyn of Texas wrote up an official version of Kate's Law. And again, that means if you commit a crime in this country, any crime, and you're here illegally, you go to prison, federal prison, mandatory 5 years. So no more back and forth deportation garbage. Mitch McConnell would not put Cornyn and Cruz's law up for a standalone vote. What he did was attach it to a vote that would sanction sanctuary cities because McConnell knew that bill would fail. No Democrat would attack sanctuary cities, whereas some Democrats, I believe, would have voted for Kate's Law. Okay? So the vote in the Senate failed 54-45. Bye-bye Kate's Law. Now, I called McConnell out. He wouldn't talk to me because he's a coward, but he did go on the radio. Roll it.
Bill O'Reilly was on today. He's got a new book. He comes on with me, once or twice a year. And he said he thinks it's personal with you and O'Reilly why Kate's Law, which is great common sense, and people are furious about beautiful young woman killed by this maniac allegedly. Why not Kate's Law? What is holding that up?
Well, Bill is having a hard time understanding how the Senate works. We voted on a bill that included that.
Sorry to interrupt, but why have sanctuary cities tied to that? Why not just make Kate's Law by itself?
Because we can't pass it all by itself. That's the problem. I wish we had 60 votes in the Senate to do whatever we wanted to do. We've explained that to O'Reilly repeatedly, but he doesn't seem to want to listen.
Oh, put it up. Let the Democrats vote against it so the whole nation can see it. You knew, McConnell, that tying it into a sanctuary city, tying the two together, would go down, which it did. You knew it. Oh, to this day, he is the worst. And that's one of the reasons the Republican Party is not at the level the Democratic Party is in effectiveness. Okay. Now, since Biden has been in office, more than 7 million foreign nationals have entered this country. All right? Not through our laws, skirting our laws. 7 million. Okay? That is beyond anything this country has ever seen since the immigration laws were passed. Okay? Now, last year, almost 3 million migrant encounters, which means that the foreign nationals and the U.S. authorities deal with each other. And this year, it's going to be about 4 million. And Biden does nothing. Just that alone should disqualify him from running for president again with the voters. Just that alone. You created anarchy, Mr. President. You did it. You created it. Your policy. And that has led to these poor Honduran people in Texas being slaughtered. And I could give you countless others. The migrants themselves. And then Biden goes, oh, I'll put 1,500 military on the border. Oh, yeah. But they can't do anything on the border. They just do paperwork. Oh, it's just beyond anything I have ever seen. If I were McCarthy, I would draw up impeachment articles against Biden just on this border. Failure to enforce the law. He took an oath, Biden, to do that. Yeah, it's not going to get conviction, all right, but do it. The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped a whopping 20%. 2023 could be worse. You are right to be worried. So call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I've been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers and have the highest rating in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.